Good morning, welcome to Paul's Kitchen. Today we're going to talk about eggs and egg cookery. Now, you get lots of different kinds of eggs. You can get hen eggs, which is the kind we normally use in the kitchen. You can get geese eggs, duck eggs, quail eggs, the very small ones we use for canapes, turkey eggs. But today specifically we're using hen eggs. Now, they come in various sizes. If you go to the supermarket where you're normally shopping, you can see they come large, medium, small. You need to choose the kind of eggs you need for the recipes you're using. For example, if it says large eggs in your recipe, it might be that you need to put a little more egg in than it says the recipe if you've only got small or medium. And that's a matter of you using your eye. You can also weigh the eggs out as well once you've taken out the shells if you're not sure. Now, I'm looking at purchasing eggs. The first thing I look at is the packaging. Does it look bashed? Does it look crashed? The next thing to look at is it in date? After that, I'm going to open the pack. I'm going to make sure that all the eggs, none of them are broken. They're all clean, none of them are broken, and they should have a little stamp on them to say when they were produced, when the best sell-by date is. Now, when you break an egg into a container, it should have a firm yolk, and that tells you it's fresh. For storage, we should keep them in a cool, dry place, between 1 and 5 degrees. They also need to be in an area where it's not got high ingredients that will make a smell, for example, raw onions, because the eggs will absorb some of the smell of the ingredients around them if you're not careful. Now then, the particular egg styles we're looking at cooking today is going to be hard-boiled eggs, soft-boiled eggs, and it's literally what it says. Hard-boiled eggs, 8 to 10 minutes, soft-boiled egg, 3 to 4 minutes in hot water, boiling water. Fried egg, griddled egg, poached egg, and scrambled egg. We're also going to make a dish today using American pancakes, and again it'll show how versatile eggs are. We're using them for pancakes. You could use eggs also for cakes. So the first thing we look at is different types of cookery. Now, I'm not going to do scrambled egg to start with because we are going to do scrambled egg on the dish that we make later on. So I'm just going to move you across, and we're going to go to where my stove is, and I'm going to bring you down a little bit, and you can see I've got 4 pans on here now, and I'll just turn the lights up a little bit. I've got one for poaching, and I'm going to put some salt in there. I'm going to put some white wine vinegar in there. I'm going to bring that to the boil. I've also got a pan here for a hard-boiled egg. I'm just going to put one in for the moment. And you see my water for my poached egg is nearly hot now, so I'm just going to bring that down. I'm going to add 1 egg to my poached egg mix. So that's my poached eggs. To the egg as close as you can to the water. That's the one that's got vinegar in it. And just let it slowly go in there. So I got my boiled egg on, my poached egg on. Now, for a fried egg, we use a bit of oil and a bit of butter. Not too high. We're just going to put this on. And you can see it's just going to start cooking now. Now, fried egg has got oil in it. The griddled has just got, it's a flat stone basically. Might be too hot that now. A flat stone. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on there just to help that stop sticking, but not a lot. It's the kind of thing you will see when you go to a festival, and you'll see the vans and they'll cook it on those. Just put that there. And you can see, I'm just going to put the egg on there. Okay, so that's griddled away, and that's on virtually no oil in there at all. So different kind of cookery. Now, I did prepare a hard-boiled egg earlier on. So this one's been cooked for about 8-9 minutes, and I put it into cold water to cool. And the next thing I'm going to do to take the shell off, we'll just tap it very lightly around like that, And then we're going to just peel that away so we get our shell off. Now if you do this fairly quickly, so there's not much time between you taking it out of the water and shelling it, you'll find that you'll get the shell off a lot easier. So there we are. That's our hard-boiled egg. Now our poached egg, you can see now, it's just starting to go. It's looking good. Now what we're going to do in a minute is, if we're not serving a poached egg immediately, we can put our poached egg into ice water. And you can also see here that our 2 eggs are coming along nicely now. We could, if we want to, just baste that egg, just put a bit of oil over it to get it nicely on the top. I'm just going to make sure this one's not sticking. That's just coming away nicely off that griddle. Make sure it's not sticking all the way around. So whilst I've used this griddle, that's it, lovely, that's nearly there. So now I'm just going to take our poached egg out. You can see that's just not a second longer on that. That's just nearly there. So we take our poached egg out, and if we put that into cold water, then we can use that later on. So if we've got lots of breakfasts in the morning, we've got little poached eggs all set up ready. That's ready just to put back into hot water and ready to go. Now we'll look at our fried egg. You see that's just, let's take it out now. That's our fried egg. There we are. Like that. So just going to, yeah, that's all nice now. That's all nicely griddled. That's our griddled egg. Lovely. Let me just put all those down now. Turn those off a second. So that would be our boiled egg. And I'm going to just check that that's actually nicely cooked in the middle. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. So that's our boiled egg. Our griddled egg. Our fried egg. And our poached egg, which we put in some water to stop that cooking. So those are those bits there. I'm just going to bring you back over here now. Before we finish this part, I'm just going to go through how to make our American pancakes, because they'll need to just set for a few minutes. So for the American pancakes, I've got self-raising flour, not too much baking powder. There's a recipe here on your worksheet, tells you how to make the American pancakes here, which we'll go through. You've got your eggs. I'm just going to put in. So eggs in there, touch of salt. We've got some milk to go in there. We'll whisk that together. And like all pancakes, they're best left for about half an hour after you've mixed them to actually just let the whole mix settle. I'm just going to bring that together, whisk that a little bit so it's all nicely mixed in. And I'm going to add to that my melted butter. And that's going to be the first part of our recipe. So in here, self-raising flour, baking powder, a touch of salt, I've got to put a touch of caster sugar in here as well, melted butter and your milk. We're just going to leave that to set. So far we've done our hard-boiled eggs, our griddled eggs, our fried egg and our poached egg. When we come back, we're going to finish the dish making the scrambled egg.